I got into cars when... Actually, I got into cars, I was later in life, more so than most people. A lot of people get into it when they're young. Neither of my parents are automotive enthusiasts. First car I ever drove was my father's 1987 Honda Civic wagon. And coolest car ever. It was automatic, but the way he taught me to drive it is you were supposed to shift it from the lowest gear up, even though it was an automatic. They called it Honda-matic. And it sort of got me, familiar with cars. It was the first car I ever drove, and I drove it in the winter, drove it in the summer, drove it all the time, took it to high school. And it really, even though he didn't really love the car the same way that I love cars, I still wanted to take care of it. I had all these plans to, get the rust out of the car in the summer and, do all this work to make it nice again. But I was the reason why the car ended up in the junkyard. So I kind of killed that car. And then from there, my first car that I owned was a 1983 Ford LTD Crown Victoria. And certainly not an enthusiast's car. I mean, there are people out there who like those cars, but my God, like brown with brown Landau roof, automatic, had power windows though. That was the one thing about it. Had power windows, power locks, but everything else was pretty much, as 80s as you could get. Definitely a comfy car though. And looking back, I really treated that car like crap. I destroyed the exhaust with that car. One of my friends, we called him the drill doctor, and we jacked up the back of the car and we took a drill and we drilled some holes in the exhaust, and that was a big mistake there. So that was that car, and I had that for I think 2.5 years. Maybe it was 4 or 5 years ago now. I bought my second car. It was a 1990 Honda Accord. And again, not an enthusiast car. Honda, certainly they have their enthusiasts, but it was an Accord. It was an automatic. It was the base model, had no power options whatsoever. It certainly wasn't the car that you'd be excited to get behind. But there was a huge community behind it, and that was the thing that really got me. I was into cars before, but that really got me into the culture of cars. And I had a community that was based all around the car, and I was able to learn how to do some of the repairs myself, and really became a novice when it came to cars to more of an intermediate, more expert like I consider myself today. And unlike a lot of the enthusiasts, I had no interest in modifying the car. It was OEM 100%. I like to say OEM plus. The car had all the Honda accessories you could get for the 1990 model, and I really took care of it. For a 20-year-old car at the time, like that car was mint. And now we've got the E38 BMW, and if you've been following what we've been doing here at PRN, I've had that car now for over a year, and just like with the Honda, there's a great enthusiast community behind the E38 as well as BMW as a brand. And I'd say that there's more of a community when it comes to BMW than it was for the Honda. With Honda, you had your Integras and your Civics and the outcasts, which were the Accords and the Legends and all the big cars that nobody really modified. But what I found with BMW so far is the group really appreciates all the cars, not just M3s or E46s. They all have love no matter where you're from. So I've been able to find a great community when it comes to BMW. And from that, I've done the same thing. I've taken the E38, I've made it way better, OEM, as much as I can, but by upgrading it to make it a little bit more of my own. I got into BMW at a time when I needed to upgrade. I had the Honda, and I wanted to go up. In the profession that I do outside of the video stuff, it really is a profession that you need to show off. And it was very hard for me to show up to clients and to work with a 1990 Honda Accord. So I needed to get something a little bit more luxurious. And it was between the BMW, I was either looking at a 5 Series or the 7 Series or Mercedes-Benz. And again, same idea with the Mercedes. It was either going to be an E-Class or an S-Class, older car, at least 10, 15 years old, based on the budget. And really, it ended up, again, back to that whole enthusiast thing. The main reason I went with the BMW, other than the fact that I loved the car when I took it for a drive, was I had a friend that had a BMW. So I had somebody that I could share the love for my car with, rather than buying a Mercedes, and I'd be kind of like stuck in my own little circle and have to find new friends. But because I already had a friend that had a BMW, it was easier for me to get into that group and into that mentality of owning a BMW. Even though my parents weren't car enthusiasts and certainly didn't teach me the proper way to take care of a car, it's something that I want to pass on to my daughter. And that's why I have been making sure that she spends a lot of time with me when it comes to washing the car and cleaning it and just basic things like that, just so that she can appreciate the car and be able to learn how to maintain it and take care of it and do little things so that when she is old enough to be able to own her own car, she'll hopefully do better with it than I did with my first car. And I want her to be able to have the same appreciation for cars that I do. You know, even though I love BMW and I loved Honda when I had my Honda, I'm not only on the BMW side of things. It's not like I see a Mercedes or an Audi or a Volkswagen, well, maybe Volkswagen, but I don't see other brands and think, wow, what a piece of crap, my car is better. My philosophy when it comes to car culture has always been, if you love and take care of your car, then it's a cool car. It could be a Geo Metro, but if you've taken care of it and it's in good shape and the seats are in nice condition, the paint looks great, then it's a cool car. But if you've got a brand new like Audi A8 and you've put stickers on it and it's beaten up and it looks like shit, then it's a piece of shit. And that's just how it is. It doesn't matter what kind of car you've got, but if you take care of it and you have an enthusiastic passion for it, then you've got a cool car, and it doesn't matter what you drive. And that was the thing when I had the Honda. It wasn't necessarily a cool car, but because I took care of it and I made it look nice, as original as it could have been, to me it was a cool car, and I think other people appreciated it for the same features. And I hope that that's something that my daughter will be able to hold to her heart too, that even though it might not be the same kind of car that she likes, she can appreciate other enthusiasts if they've taken care of it and put time and effort into it to make it nice and not ruin them. I'm Nile Livesey, and this is my story. We're trying something new here with Enthusiast Stories. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have your own story that you'd like to share with us, please get in touch with us by email, Twitter, Facebook, or through YouTube, and we'll arrange an opportunity to make your story heard. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Take care.